All right, so let's go ahead and talk about some MagSafe battery goodness. You know we're not talking about MagSafe battery packs in 2024, about to be 2025 if it's not Qi2. Okay, let's go ahead and get into it, man. This is going to be the Anker 10,000 milliamp hours Qi2 Slim MagSafe battery pack. Wireless charger, whatever you want to call it, man. Let's go ahead and jump straight into it. Now, I went out there on Amazon, bought this with my own money, have been using it for about a month now, and I'm here to tell you, man, this is my new everyday charger. If I'm going on a quick trip, may not need a ton of extra juice, not carrying a ton of devices with me, this is going to be the perfect wireless charger because it's bringing you the capacity, which is 10,000 milliamp hours, and it's bringing you that slim form factor in that 10,000 milliamps, something that we don't normally see, and we'll definitely compare it to older slim, well, not slim, but older Anker 10,000 milliamp hour battery packs that was Qi2. So let's go ahead and first start off with the price, since I did go out there and buy this with my own money. Now, these come in a few different colors. Right now on Amazon, you can either get the green or the white version of this, as you see here, for $74.99. Or you can go out there and save a couple bucks, go get the black version. All right, you never can go wrong with black, and that's going to be 70 bucks. So whatever color that you prefer, you know, Anker is always going to hit you with multiple colors, and that is one thing that I love about this battery pack. Now, let's go ahead and get into some of the construction and what's going on with it. So on the front side, very minimal, as you already know, it's going to be Anker. The white is just overpowering in my camera, but you're going to see the little fine words Anker. Now, on the outside of it, Anker is giving us a little bit of sauce, all right? Anker usually doesn't do this with their battery packs, but on the outside of it, it has a very nice aluminum feel, has almost like a diamond cut like button for the power button right here. Flipping it over on the bottom side, of course, you're going to get that Type-C. Press that power button. They went back to the dot system, all right? Now, I know some of these 10,000 milliamp hours a little bit thicker. We wasn't used to that little digital display. Now, that's just another option if you want to go with that. I actually have it right here, so I can basically compare the two. And on the other side, you're not really going to get nothing but some regulatory information. And on the charger side, you're going to get that Qi2 in the middle with those magnets. Now, I want to go ahead and compare it to my previous favorite battery pack, and that was the Qi2 10,000 milliamp hour Mag Go from Anker. Absolutely love this one. It has the actual digital display, so you can see what percentage that you have going on. This one is good if you just want to get a better estimate of how much juice you have on your phone, but when we are talking about a sheer size difference, you really can't, you'll see how slim the 10,000 milliamp hour is. Now, I was never a big fan of carrying 10,000 milliamp hours in my pocket because this was a little bit bulky. This one is going to have a kickstand, and guess what? These are very similar price. If not, I believe they are the exact same price. So it really just depends on the preferences that you prefer. I tend to like this one. I actually just came back from a trip, headed out to Arizona for a day for a little YouTube business trip, and this is what I used. Threw it in my pocket when I was flying, paired along with this combination right here. So if you don't know, man, this is going to be the basis retractable charger. Put these in my pocket, and guess what? This is a thin solution in order to give you that juice that you need and not take up a bunch of bulk. You know, these both compared is almost equal to that alone. Well, not really. That's a little bit thicker, but you get what I'm saying. You get the dramatization, the little fine print that be popping up on different areas. But let's go ahead and talk about it. Now, you know, when you're going to charge it up straight through wireless, that's going to be where you're going to get your Qi2 technology, and that's going to be charging at 15 watts. You pop it on, you're going to get that MagSafe animation letting you know that it is Qi2, and that's what you want to see. Now, I do have some stats of what it charged while I was charging this wireless. Now, you already know I'm not going to be scientific and bring out all the measuring, charging, all that type stuff. You know, I'm just giving you raw usage on what I found when using this battery pack. Now, the other day, I did let this get down to 10%. And this battery pack was able to charge my phone from 10% back to 100. All right, that was one day. Then I let it charge all the way back down, and it was able to get my phone from 18% to 43% before the battery pack was basically completely depleted. I think I probably could have got almost to 50%, but in my opinion, that is always what I've felt and have gotten from 10,000 milliamp hour battery. They're going to give you basically a full charge, all right, from 0 to 100. And the way these battery life are set up on these phones, especially like the 16 Pro Max, that's all I'm going to ask when it comes to a battery pack, especially if I'm out and about and traveling. But then it was able to give me also from 18% to 43%. And everybody, you already know, man, percentage is precious, and sometimes that little bit can get you out of a pinch. And I feel like that does really well when we are talking about charging it. You slap it on, it's going to automatically start. You don't got to worry about pressing no buttons or anything like that. And as you see, it's going to be charging your device. So this is definitely one of those ones where you can just slap on and it will begin charging. Now, I know some of you are like, T, you know, I need my phone to charge and I need it to charge quick as possible. And I don't have time to be waiting on that wireless mess to be going on. So I want to just use a cord and I want to just charge this straight from the actual phone from the battery pack. Now, when you're charging it this way, you will be charging at 30 watts. And of course, your speeds will be a little bit quicker. So here are the stats when I actually charge this via wireless. Once again, drained it down to 18%. It got me up to 100%. Then next time I drained it to 20% and it was able to get me to 70%. And that is before the battery pack was completely depleted. So whether you're charging wireless, whether you're charging wired, you are going to get very similar results when it comes to charging. Now, one thing that I know a lot of you are going to ask about is T, how does this basically do with heat management? Because if you've known, Anker has some chargers that heats up to where it's like a little raging inferno in your hand, and other ones stay fairly cool. Now, I will say that this does produce a little bit of heat. Now, I will not say that it overheats. I heard some people saying that it overheats, it gets a little bit too hot. It does get warm, but every battery pack I feel is expected to get warm. You're talking about 10,000 milliamp hours in this slim form factor with the charging speeds that it has. I still think that is very manageable. When it was in my hand, it was not like a fireball. Anker makes a 621, that's the 5,000 milliamp hour, very thin battery pack. That bad boy is a fireball, and it was nothing in comparison to that. So this does heat up a little bit when you up there charging it by Wi-Fi, but in my opinion, it is not anything that you need to be concerned about. Now, one thing that we always want to test out is, does this have pass-through charging? All right, so basically, actually, let's see if we can pop it on the actual phone, and the phone is charging, and let me actually know. We got to pop it on the battery pack. That's how you test the pass-through charger. Come on, T. It's been a while since I've tested out a battery pack. But as you see, the phone is charging right here, and the battery pack itself, as you see, is blinking and charging. So pass-through charging is very important because that means if you're somewhere traveling, you can put this on the charger just like this, wake up in the morning, your phone's going to be sitting at 100% and your battery pack is also going to be sitting at 100%. And in my opinion, you cannot beat that. This does have a very sturdy magnet. You pair it with a case that has a very strong magnet like this Alumu case. For everybody asking, this is going to be the Alumu shockproof case. We will do a separate video on this. But when you pair these two together, I mean, I'm not going to be throwing it because I don't feel like getting up, but this thing has a very strong magnet, and that is very impressive for a 10,000 milliamp hour, especially for the size. So I feel like this right here is just the perfect travel companion to where you have 10,000 milliamp hours in this size. Look at it compared to the older 10,000 milliamp hours. This is still going to be a great product, especially if you want to see the display and what's going on with the percentage left in your battery pack, and if you want to have that kickstand, all right? If you want to watch some content, you want to set it up with a kickstand, guess what? You have that option with this one, and that's something that you really don't get the luxury of having when it comes to this one right here. In my opinion, this right here is just to get the job done by any means necessary without taking too much space in your pocket. This has become my new favorite charger because anytime I can save some space, and like I said, this combination right here is just a dream when we are talking about charging. And I'll make sure I'll link everything that I'm talking about in this video. But Anker, you knocked it out the park, always pushing the boundaries when it comes to it, man. For 10,000, and for a while, this is the size we got when it came to the 10,000 milliamp hours. But right now, if we're getting this down to a 10,000, this just, I can imagine what a 5,000 milliamp hours is going to look like. It may look like a damn credit card out here when we are talking about size, but go ahead and get you one, man. If you are looking for a nice Qi2 charger, I feel like for 70, 75 bucks, you're not breaking the bank. This charger is going to give you everything that you need. I have thoroughly tested it. I am sure that if you get this to be one of your main chargers, you will be completely satisfied with the results, man. So go out there and get yourself one, man. Anker 10K Slim MagSafe battery pack. I can guarantee that this probably will be, all right? Yes, I said that this probably will be one of the best MagSafe battery packs that you can go out there and get for your iPhone 15 Pro Max, 14, and especially your 16 series. But if you want to check out some other favorite charging accessories, although this video was for the 15 Pro Max, some of those are still going to be very nice use cases for the 16 series, and I'll link that video right here.